Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Mr. Chair, Honorable Finance Ministers from ASEM partner countries, Executive Vice President of the European Commission, keynote speakers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Bangladesh is happy to host the 14th ASEM Finance Ministers meeting this year. I thank you all for joining this important event. We wanted to hold this meeting with more festivity in the ongoing Mujib years, the birth centenary year of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. But we have to arrange the meeting virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I pay my deep homage to our great leader, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who dreamed of an exploitation-free, happy and prosperous world. I am happy to see you all in the event showing amity and fraternity in this critical hour. Excellencies, Asia-Europe meeting is an important platform for the Asian and European nations for discussing political, economic, financial, social, cultural, and educational issues of common interest. The ASEM Finance Ministers meeting will be discussing common economic and financial issues crucial for the stakeholders. The COVID-19 pandemic has wrought devastating impacts on the health system and the economies of all countries. The world economy is hit hard. Vast majority of the people are suffering from loss of income and employment. Poverty situation is worsening and health sector is facing serious challenges. Progress in achieving SDGs and hard-earned prosperity of most countries is at stake. The least developed and developing countries are the worst hit by the pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, Bangladesh achieved a sustained high growth in last one decade and also attained tremendous progress in some socio-economic indicators. We have adopted Vision 2041 with an aim to elevate Bangladesh to an upper middle income country by 2031 and a developed one by 2041. The country was well on track to achieve SDGs, but the pandemic made a serious dent on the advancement despite our all-out efforts to contain the spread of the virus and launch a large stimulus package to recover from the economic losses. My government has so far announced 21 stimulus packages equivalent to 14.14 billion US dollar for various sectors of our economy as well as support to different segments to our society. This support package is equivalent to 4.3% of our GDP. After suffering an initial setback for a few months, our economy has started recovering. The latest trends in the exports, remittance, and agricultural production indicate that the economy is now getting back on track towards the sustained growth path. Excellencies, the COVID-19 pandemic has created a multifaceted global problem and it should be addressed globally. We need a well-coordinated roadmap to face these crises. The G7, G20, OECD countries, multilateral development banks, and international financial institutions will have to play vital role to bail out the LDCs and developing nations affected by the pandemic by increasing fiscal stimulus, concessional finance, and debt relief measures. The advanced economies also must meet their unmet promises concerning duty-free and quota-free market access and technology support for developing countries. We are hoping that the world is going to get effective vaccines against COVID-19 soon. These vaccines must be made available for all countries, especially the LDCs and developing ones, at free of cost. The rich countries and the MDBs and IFIs should come forward with generous support in this regard. We have learned over times that not isolation but collaboration can help overcome any crisis. We need more collaboration to conquer any hurdle on the path of our prosperity during this difficult time. Finally, I hope that the 14th ASEM Finance Ministers meeting would yield positive outcomes that would be beneficial for the member countries. I thank you all again. Khuda Hafiz, Jai Bangla, Jai Bangabandhu, may Bangladesh live forever.